Coming up, sexual assault claims against the mayor of Jamestown are now being investigated by law enforcement. And local emergency service agencies continue to battle staffing shortages. Plus, the owner of Rocket Dog speaks out after being forced to shut down her business. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Tonight, we start with breaking news. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nishay Taylor. Law enforcement are investigating sexual assault claims against the mayor of Jamestown. A tip into our whistleblower hotline revealed that a victim had been allegedly sexually assaulted by Mayor Dwayne Heinrich at a local bar in Jamestown last night. According to Jamestown police, a report was filed, but Heinrich was not arrested. The investigation has now been turned over to the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigations to determine if a crime had actually been committed. Heinrich has been the mayor of Jamestown since 2018. And tonight, Mayor Heinrich is debunking those claims. In a statement, he says, quote, "There is absolutely no truth to the allegation that I assaulted a woman or anyone." He continues to say that he believes the claims are being made in an attempt of retaliating for an action taken by City Council and that he is looking to take legal action. He also says he will not allow the shameless false allegation to keep him from doing his job or running for re-election. Stay with the Valley News Live as we continue to follow this breaking, developing story. If you need help with an issue in your community, you can call our whistleblower hotline at the number on your screen. It's 701-369-3187. Leave your tip and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Two people were arrested in Jamestown yesterday for allegedly stealing someone's personal information and fraudulently buying more than $30,000 worth of goods. 34-year-old Dorothy Rush and 36-year-old Lauren Rush, both of Jamestown, are facing a felony for unauthorized use of personal identifying information. Police say they received a report on Thursday from a victim who doesn't live in the area, claiming someone they knew may have been using their personal information to make purchases. Upon further investigation, law enforcement learned that fraudulent purchases were made in Jamestown and Bismarck, which led police to issue a search warrant of a home on 3rd Avenue in Jamestown. Inside the home, police found and seized numerous items that were allegedly bought fraudulently. Both suspects have yet to be formally charged, but authorities say other charges could possibly be added. And 3 people escaped from a house fire in Fallston last night. Fire crews were called to the home on South Mark Avenue shortly after 6 p.m. When they arrived, 2 women and a child had already left the home. Authorities are deeming the house a total loss. The cause is still under investigation. And this afternoon, 2 people were hurt in a 2-vehicle crash in Polk County. Minnesota State Patrol says a Jeep was heading west on County Road 21, while a car was also going south on Highway 75 when they both collided. A 57-year-old woman of Grand Forks and a 20-year-old man of Argyle were both taken to area hospitals to receive medical treatment. Their injuries are said to be not life-threatening. All right, Summer's here now with a first look at our weather. Summer, what can we expect?
We can expect big changes right around the corner, but today was actually, it felt warm. We didn't have a ton of wind. We had a couple peaks of sunshine, and although temperatures were only in the teens to low 20s, it's fairly seasonal for the end of January compared to some frigid days that we've had. Even now, we're still seeing some low teens. Grand Forks now falling into the single digits. But like I said, changes are right around the corner. We've got a first alert weather day for Monday evening into Tuesday, because we are looking at some snow and wind potential. We could possibly see blizzard conditions in some areas. Here's a snapshot of what 5 p.m. Monday could look like. Rain, freezing rain, snow, wind, temperatures near 30s. Nishay, we have a lot to time out in your hour-by-hour forecast here in a few minutes, so be sure to stick around.
Well, that slight break from the snow was kind of good, so I guess here we go again.
Here we go again.
All right, thanks so much, Summer. Many industries are facing staffing shortages here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. This includes emergency services and law enforcement who are feeling the squeeze and are hoping to bolster their rosters. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling explains the challenges these departments are facing and how they plan to address the problem.
Saving lives with a full crew of emergency responders can be a big job, but doing it with only a limited number of staff can make the job even more challenging.
It's been a challenge to keep the workforce engaged it's just been hard, to be honest.
FM Ambulance, like many other industries, is facing unprecedented staffing shortages. They're currently down 8 positions, and the number of emergency calls are continuing to increase.
Nationwide, emergency medical services does have a workforce problem, and we do here as well. So, yeah, we do have consistent openings.
These shortages are also impacting local law enforcement, like West Fargo and Moorhead PD.
Struggling to fill vacancies, much like every other department is, I think, across the country.
So we're hoping that, we can stay ahead of that curve of getting, too far behind, which we've gone through before, because that just puts so much stress on those that are here still.
And the shortages are putting a strain on their departments. But these local law enforcement agencies are getting creative to help bring in new recruits.
We started a cadet program in the last year here where we bring on people who are already interested or seeking degrees in criminal justice that are attending school, and we give them a part-time job where they come out and do duties that are similar to like a community service officer.
As Chief Otterness points out, they can't lower their standards, even as they're facing these challenges.
Well, we can't lower the standards because that's going to impact the relationship we have with the community and the people in the city of West Fargo. So we're going to continue always to look for the best candidates to put out working in the community. So we've had to be strategic about how we manage the shortage right now with those openings.
In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
And new tonight at 10. Yesterday, West Fargo Public Schools announced that some routes would be suspended for 2 weeks starting tomorrow due to a shortage of bus drivers. In total, 3 routes were suspended, according to Valley Bus officials. In a statement from Valley Bus, they explained one of the reasons for the decision was the number of standby drivers have diminished over the past year. Valley Bus also says they are actively recruiting more bus drivers. Officials for the bus company say they are willing to train individuals to help obtain a CDL license. If you are interested, please call the number on your screen. Rocket Dogs in Fargo unexpectedly announced earlier this week it will soon be closing its doors. Valley News Team's Alex Larson spoke with the owner, who explains why she says her business had to shut down.
I am just now starting to absolutely thrive, and now it's being all taken away from me.
Just 2 weeks ago, Julie Sadoff says she got notice from her landlords that the building she rents out for her business, Rocket Dogs, had been purchased. She was told someone had approached the landlords to buy it.
They didn't put it up for sale, and the money was too good to be true.
Sadoff originally had a 10-year lease, but instead, her landlords asked her to go month to month.
I didn't agree to that. I cannot wrap my head around the fact that somebody would want to purchase this building without even knowing what's in here.
Due to COVID, she says her landlords had deferred part of her rent. After saying no to month-to-month payments, she got a letter from an attorney stating her deferred payments were now delinquent and she needed to be out.
If I pay it in 30 days, do I stay? Probably not. We've never had a payback date.
Now she says the buyer won't let her stay.
I paid a lot of money for so much of this stuff, and cashed in my 401k, sold everything of value. I have no retirement now to go back on. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with all this stuff.
Sadoff would like to relocate, but there are a lot of hurdles ahead of her, including getting a loan and setting up in a new space. As of right now, she has to figure out what to do with the things she already has.
And then from there, whatever's left, furniture or anything, will be put out for sale. And then it's gone.
And following the announcement of losing another business in the area, Sadoff says she had an outpouring of support.
I just didn't know that there was so many people out there that really like this place.
Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Now, Valley News Live did reach out to the landlord, but we have yet to hear back. Now, Rocket Dog's last day is March 20th. North Dakotans will soon get some relief from paying high heating costs. The state will be receiving more than $46 million from the federal government to help low-income residents cover heating costs this winter. The funding is more than twice what the state gets in a typical year. The Biden administration is distributing an additional $4.5 billion nationwide for the low-income home energy assistance program. Minnesota received nearly $274 million in the home energy assistance for needy residents. And tax preparation help is available for residents 50 and older, as well as low to moderate income families. The AARP Foundation Tax Aid will be providing in-person and virtual tax preparation help to anyone free of charge. Starting on Tuesday, sites in Fargo, Moorhead, Wahpeton, and Grand Forks will open. Taxpayers are required to schedule an appointment. No walk-ins will be allowed. For more information, visit our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Later on Valley News Live at 10, Russia assembles 120,000 troops near the border of Ukraine.
And temperatures tonight will only be dropping a few more degrees into the upper single digits here in Fargo under a fairly cloudy sky, but we've got some clearing right now. Grand Forks, similar trend as well, remaining steady for a couple of hours, falling to around 8 degrees by morning. Big changes to talk about in your hour-by-hour forecast. It's coming up right after the break.
News